All right, friends. A new Don Toliver album, Octane. All capital letters. 18 tracks, just under 50 minutes. I was scrolling down looking. 2.5 minutes, 2.5 minutes. 3:45, 2 minutes. Under 2 minutes. It's just a bunch of quick little bangers, it looks like. 2 minutes, 2.5, 3.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3. Cool. Makes me kind of excited, honestly, hopeful. I like Don Toliver. I like his music. I put on Heartstone Psycho this morning. It's been a while since I listened to it. It's funny because sometimes I find myself feeling guilty for not listening to certain artists more often, which is dumb, right? But it's just wild how much music there is out there, and especially how much good music. Like music I enjoy. I like a lot of different stuff. As you guys are aware, obviously enjoy hip-hop tremendously. Love my metal, love my grunge, love my ambient, love just lots of different classic rock, of course. And so there's only so much time in the day, and I think what was my Spotify minutes for last year was like 116,000 or 114,000 minutes last year, which that's a lot of music. And still, there's tons of music I just don't really get around to, you know? Like the beginning of this year, I put on some Slipknot. It'd been a while. It had been a while since I listened to Slipknot. Like, oh yeah. How come I don't listen to more Slipknot? I don't know. On my top 50 most listened countdown video that I did for the end of the year, just, going over what I do listen to. There's no MF Doom in there. There's no Fiona Apple in there. It's two of my just all-time favorite artists. It's funny. It's just funny how it works out sometimes. Obviously there's people I don't listen to because, just really not that into them. But Don Toliver kind of fits in this slot of, I like his music. I love the 2 songs that he's featured on Villains. Right? Villains? Is it just called Villains with Metro Boomin? Or no, Heroes and Villains. What is it? One Too Many Nights, and there's another song. God, both those songs are just fucking phenomenal. Heartstone Psycho was great. But yeah, there you go. So my apologies to Mr. Don Toliver, who makes great music. I did look and see he's almost at 40 million monthly listeners. So I think he's doing okay without the Bob listens. He seems to be doing just fine. But I'm excited to see this. The new album came out today, the end of January here, January 30th. It's called Octane. And I'm not going to worry about trying to, read a story into it or anything like that. I know the last one he kind of had a bit of like a motorcycle theme aesthetic going on. And let's get into it. First track's called E85, which I'm assuming is like the ethanol 85, like the type of fuel you can get, at the gas pump. I got a couple producers on here. 206 Derek, Jasu, Travis Scott, and Aaron Paris. All right. Well, here we go. New album, Don Toliver, track 1, E85, 2.5 minutes. Here we go. Ah. Huh. Huh.
On the highway and I'm thinking that I love her. On the highway and I'm thinking ain't no rubber. On the highway with my significant lover.
Cool. Ah, cool. That like muted bass hit.
On the highway and I'm thinking ain't no rubber. She talk like a snapping turtle. She squirt like that shit vital. Got drinking my cup on Perco. She move that ass in circles. Not sipping on green, it's purple. We said that shit no hurt though. I just hope you down for me.
Good vibe. I mean, just classic Don Toliver vibe, right?
On the highway and I'm thinking that I love her. On the highway and I'm thinking ain't no rubber. My favorite outfit is her see-through romper.
See-through romper. A little bit of guitar at the end. Yeah, man. Yeah. Let's see if it dumps into 2. Oh wow. Oh my God. I didn't want to stop there. I did not want to stop. Good opener. Good, solid opener. Kind of get just that good classic Don Toliver sound. It's not, doesn't roll in all crazy. You know, it sounds like track 2 is going to kick it up a little bit, which I totally agree with in terms of like when you kind of roll into an album. Good opener. Just a solid song. Great sound. Not a whole lot to like process or take in, you know, just a fucking cool song. My favorite outfit is her see-through romper. That sounds like a wonderful outfit. Can I get you a see-through romper?
No.
No? You're not in? No? Oh, well.
It's winter.
She just said, it's winter. Fair enough. I'll check back in 6 months, okay? You know, lyrically, straightforward. Not a whole lot to tear apart. You know, it's just cool. Okay. Yeah. But let's check out Body, because it dropped right into Trump number 2, Body, and it was thumping immediately. Benny X is a producer, Jasu's producer, Johan Sweet, and Travis Scott again producing on track 2, Body, another 2.5 minute track. Let's see how this one, let's see if we kick it up a notch here going into track 2. Oh yeah, I like that.
Oh my God, Josh, can I try on your glasses?
Is that his producer tag? I like this beefy bass.
She don't tell me no when I'm touching on her. Hey, still nigga love a with her. Baby, come here, I'ma grip on ya. Y'all niggas ain't got nothing to say. Oh, what you gonna say about her? Y'all know I pull up a spray. Oh, I don't play about her. Y'all know I'm finna go lady. I wanna stay around her. Call me Cassius Clay. Oh, I go crazy about her. Give me late to the gym. I wanna get it in. Yeah.
This is fucking cool. I like this. The guitar? I just want to mention real quick, like, something I really enjoy. I know we're in like the trap scene, but more like the rage scene, right? The sound. There's a lot of different sounds being pushed right now in the rage scene, and some of it is just really like just distorted, blown out, whatever. And people are into it, cool. I'm not really that into it. This is what I'm into. I love these just really high quality audio sounds that they're pushing through, and these little boom, 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 and just these little, oh, I love it. It's just this audio texture that comes in through the song. And it's done so well and so clean, and I feel like I can just hear everything. It's fantastic. It makes it so interesting to just hear. And then that fucking concrete foundation of that pulsing bass, words. I'm too excited to speak normally. That fucking bass, just wham, wham. Love that shit. Love it. And so this is something I feel like Don Toliver excels at, just making these really high quality listening experiences. God damn. That shit is great. I like this song a lot. And I really think this is just a little bit of guitar. It could just be an electronic sound. It's hard to tell.
Baby, come here, I'ma grip on you.
Yeah. I like this. This is a very strong contender for favorite immediately. Oh, and that little wheel that comes through. Yeah. Fuck yeah. That's a great song. Great song. Something else I really like about it too is it's the tempo is pretty like chilled out. So it's just like just calm, cool, awesome sound. And you know, this is I'm oh my god. I was kind of excited coming into the album because, you know, it was announced last week. I was like, "Oh cool, new Don Toliver. Okay, great. Yeah, I'll check that out." But then like seeing it's called OCTANE, it's a bunch of songs that are kind of quick. And I was just thinking to myself, you know what? I bet old Mr. Don Toliver, I don't know why I call him Mr. Don Toliver. Some artists, I just call him by their first name, like we're best friends. But Maybe it's because his name's Don, and so I think of like a mafia boss or something. But I don't know, Mr. Don Toliver. I was really hoping. I hope he just puts together just a bunch of kick-ass fucking songs. Nothing complicated. Nothing. Just cool sound after cool sound after cool sound. You know. And track 2, hell yeah, great opener with E85, but track 2 is already bringing the heat. Let's go to 3. And lyrically, I know I haven't really said anything about lyrics. It's all pretty straightforward, you know. And I'm not, I guess what I want to say is that by my not saying anything, it's not like I'm saying the lyrics are trash. They're just, there's nothing to take apart, right? Know my baby girl, that she's a keeper. I don't have to explain that to you, right? There's no annotations we need to add. Although there was, what album was it? Dumpy Dumb by Rocky. On Shut the Fuck Up at the end, it repeats that like sample, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. And I was joking on the reaction that somebody should go in there and put an annotation about how what Rocky is saying here is that he doesn't want to be spoken to direct or something just stupid, right? Classic stupid Bob. And then somebody did. So I got a message or something, or it was a comment on YouTube. Somebody put an annotation on the end. So I actually made a Genius account. And I wanted to comment on the annotation, but because it's a brand new account, I can't do anything. And I never will, because I'm not going to do anything with the account. But I followed the person who made the annotation, because I was like, that was just fantastic. So fantastic, man. Let's go to 3. This is great. God. Now the question is, how much can Don Toliver keep it up? Now, I have faith. I believe he's got the ability to keep it up for 18 tracks, but we'll see. Track 3 is called Rendezvous. It's featuring Yeet, is someone who I really enjoy. We got a bunch of producers, 206 Derek, Bangs, BBY Kobe, Don Toliver, Rio Leva. Dropping into 3, Rendezvous, another 2.5-minute song.
Walked in, yeah, no safety. When she see you, she say, save me. No mama in the car get crazy. And she always wear that collar. Diamonds on my head, diamonds on my shoes. I don't want your friend, girl, I wanted you. I don't play pretend, but we really do.
Interesting shift from that bass.
Got the spirit sick, that shit got the blue. I'ma fuck this bitch up, fuck up with the shrooms. Yeah, I might be greedy, cause I want it too.
Yeah, good sound. Fuck yeah, sound.
We just spin the room.
Diamonds on my head, diamonds on my shoes. Take it back to school, baby, what it do?
That's something else Don Toliver does. Mr. Don Toliver. Something else that he does that I really enjoy is these oohs that he can crack off. He kind of sustains a little bit. He does those really well, and I always really like it when he does that.
Everything cool, everything cool. I just wanna move if you're down to move. Show me what it do, baby.
Yeah, dude.
Diamonds on my head, diamonds on my shoes. Everything cool at the rendezvous.
Everything cool at the rendezvous. And the song just sounds cool.
And read the room. Diamonds on my head, diamonds on my shoes. Take it back to school, baby, what it do? Everything cool. I just wanna move.
This is just a chill out vibe. Diamonds on my head, diamonds on my shoe. She's always weird, I call her wavy. Interesting. Kind of dumps into track 4, which is called Secondhand. Now, one thing I will talk about with this album is something, I don't really mention this too often. I say it sometimes, but not a lot. But it is something I think about a lot, is I kind of think of, I think of the tracks and the energies of the tracks as like a graph. So you got your starting point, you got your vertical, your horizontal, and I think of songs as energy, like energy levels, hype levels, whatever you want to call it. And I always wonder, how they're gonna make this graph kind of go. Are we gonna bump up? Are we gonna go crazy fast and then try and sustain and then kind of fade out at the end? Are we going to slowly build up an energy to like a climax at the end? And obviously, there's lots of different ways you can structure an album, but something I dislike, and this was my biggest criticism about the 10,000 Days album by Tool, which is an album that has great songs on it, but the album just does this all the time. You're up, you're down, you're up, you're down, you're down, you're up. It's very like someone who's driving when all they ever do is either hit the gas or hit the brake. They never like ease off or ease into the brake or anything. No. It's always just go or stop, you know? And I feel like that matters. Now, I mention all this because Body, while it was not necessarily up-tempo, had like a very powerful sound to it. So I kind of assigned that one a little bit more energy. You know, the first track, E85, was a good opener, just good solid energy, good vibe. This one I would kind of tick down on energy, not rating, on energy. I would tick this down below both E85 and Body. So we're kind of doing this a little bit. We're kind of like dipping down. So are we going to kind of get into a chilled out channel? And if we do, it makes me wonder why we would have Body as track 2. Now, I know I'm overanalyzing this. We're only 3 songs in. But it's just something that I think about. I'm putting this out there early as a concept for you if you want to think about it as we go through it as well. But I'm very curious to see, how does Don Toliver structure this album in terms of just the energy from track to track as we go through 18 different songs, you know? And another thing I mentioned this about too is because lyrically, I don't think there's going to be any kind of like theme going through or story or anything like that. So I did like the bridge. Let's wait here and read the room. I really like that idea. It's a very good thing to do. It's a good thing to practice if you've never done that before, especially if you're somewhere where you're not familiar with where you are or maybe the people you're around. You just kind of hang back and just listen for a little while, watch for a little while. Just don't really do anything. Just a fly on the wall type of a thing and read the room. What's going on? What's going on in here? Who are these people? What are they like? What are they talking about? What are they doing? You know, that kind of thing. Let's go to 4. It's called Secondhand. It's featuring Rima, who I don't know. 206 Derek, Gabe Shadow, Rourke Bailey are producing. Here is 4, Secondhand. And this, I think, is the longest off the album at a whopping 3 minutes and 46 seconds. So here's track 4.
How am I supposed to let you go? How am I supposed to let you walk away? How am I supposed to let you go? You're all I ever wanted in my life. All I ever wanted in my life. You're all I ever wanted in my life. All I ever wanted in my life.
Oh, yeah.
You want it, ever wanted in my
Yeah.
You want it, ever wanted in my
I like this one already. Secondhand gets a heart already.
She my type of lineup. You would never find her. I would do the same if I had cash and I had time for her. Who's happy had to be secondhand lovers? You know we play the game.
I really like this.
Beat each other. Angel dust. Shawty always got me tripping like angel dust. Everywhere she goes, you always see me. I'm flocking, I'm flocking. Shawty, you stuck with me like I'm stuck in your teeth. No flaw. My phone gon' ring. I pull up in a GT. Rabbit first, easy. All because she pretty. Please don't break my heart.
I like this one, man. This is a cool song.
You want it, ever wanted in my.
Great sound. Something I'm really enjoying about this album early in is there's a lot of just kind of chorus and pre-chorus kind of stuff going on. Not a lot of verses, bridge, chorus, pre-chorus, chorus. You know, Rima had his verse right there. I love this. Slapped the devil and told him that my girl hotter. It's pretty good. Pretty good. But I like the choice of just kind of focusing on the chorus, focusing on the music, focusing on a vibe and energy, and just that's it. That's it. Great. And it's going so well. It's working so well right now. Anyway, let's keep going as I interrupt the song.
Baby, are you with me? She do Bobby Whitney, that booty always tempting.
That booty always
Why you
tempting.
I sing a whole symphony. I took her to the Gucci store and walked out with some Tiffany. Now we in here singing all these love songs, all these love songs. Girl, you get me
And I love, he's got these. He's doing shit with his vocals, just audio. The experience, there's always something to hear. So good, so good. This was catchy, really catchy.
How am I supposed to let you go? You're all I ever wanted in my.
And he cuts it off, drops it into Tiramisu. Cool. So I'm gonna kind of focus on this energy of the songs as the album progresses, types of a thing. Really like Secondhand as track 4. I was kind of like, oh, where are we going with Body having this strong presence and then Rendezvous kind of backing off. Now Secondhand, it's still chilled out a little bit, but it's got a little bit more of a tempo. And so, especially as that, and then these little boop, 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 all that shit, right? Just kind of like a little bit of a carbonation in the glass type of a thing. You can see the bubbles. It's fizzing. It's fizzing. It's not going crazy, but it's fizzing. So now I'm very curious to see how Tiramisu sounds as track 5, because I feel like we came in strong and then kind of backed off just a little bit. I remember on energy, not ranking the songs, but just on energy. And then we're kind of like, we're going to get a little bit of an up angle here off of Secondhand. A little bit of an up angle coming off of Rendezvous into Secondhand, a little bit of an energy. And so with Tiramisu, I'm if it were me, I'd keep going up a little bit on energy. So let's jump into 5. This is fun. A lot of fun. Producers are Ricardo Got Wings and Polo Boy Shotty. Track 5, here's Tiramisu. And 4 drops right into it, but I paused it in between here. Here we go. Really curious to see where this goes. What is that picture? Oh, it's a car, huh? And a girl on top of it. Oh, interesting. We chill out a little bit again. Interesting. Oh, a little hesitation there, cool. Surprising downturn with the energy. Surprise. Good chill out vibe. Yeah, interesting. A shorter song too, just over 2 minutes. Looks like this must have been a single that was released too, because it's already got 87 million, almost 88 million streams. I'm surprised. Just after the first 5 songs, I'm surprised that was a single. I don't know if I would have done that as a single. Maybe, I don't know. And this was what's so fun to me is Don Toliver, Mr. Don Toliver. He knows what he's doing. So when I say all these things, please understand too, this is not like a criticism. I have no interest in being a music critic. No. I have no interest in that. I have no basis to say who is making good music and who is not. Now there's stuff that I enjoy and stuff that I don't enjoy, but that's different from sitting in a chair going, no, you did that wrong. Like, I don't want to do that. I'm sure I do that sometimes without even realizing it, and I don't mean to, and I don't want to do that. But it's really fun for me and very fascinating, because along with this whole energy of songs as we move through an album concept, something I love doing in my spare time is making playlists. I love making playlists. I think I have over 100 on Spotify on my account. I just love making playlists. And one of the things I do is song to song. Like, I want the end of one song to kind of feed into the beginning of the next one. But I also want the song variety to move around. And so if a song is crazy and high energy and this, but then at the end, like maybe the last 20 or 30 seconds, it kind of comes down. I'll use that like descent in energy to maybe go into another song that starts out a little bit more chilled out. So you don't get this like whiplash, you know? One thing that I notice when other people are got their music on, like let's say it's just Spotify or whatever, right? It's on just shuffle, random. And really, what do they do? It's always just, the big popular songs, which is fine. But it drives me nuts where they'll play one popular song that is just this one energy, and then they'll play this other, random song, and it's like, a super chilled out song. And I don't like that. I don't like that. So all that to come back to 5, Tiramisu, cool song. Not my favorite so far. I like Body and I like Secondhand more than Tiramisu, but Tiramisu is a good song. But I'm just surprised by that. Okay, this is going to be the single, and this is going to come in after Secondhand, because for me, Secondhand felt like we were ticking up a little bit. It's cool. And it's neat to see what other people choose to do, especially obviously when they're the ones making the music, right? It's neat to see. It's fun to have that experience and go, oh, I don't think I would have done it that way. It's surprising. Was there anything in here lyrically? I guess it's not so much that I do not dislike the lyrics. I'm very, 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 I feel like this is the most neutral I've been on lyrics in a long time in terms of how I feel about them. But I haven't spoken about them because they're just so straightforward. There's really nothing. Oh, this is the second single. Oh, okay. Second single. Anyway, yeah, whatever. So I'm not going to worry about the lyrics. Let's go to 6. It's called ATM. But see, this says the second single. So the Tiramisu must have been the first single. Anyway, whatever. We got Don Toliver producing, Honorable C Note, 206 Derek, O. Ross, and Prince 85. Here's track 6, ATM, 3 minutes long, 3 minutes.
Last week we went back to the crib, did round 2. I don't even know how the hell I even found you. I got the key to a car and a house too.
I kind of like that. I kind of like the idea of the sample skipping, resetting, dropping into that beat right there.
Let's go beat rock, ice down,
Yeah.
Let's go heat hot, get on my teapot. Shawty want the drip drop, bitch, I come with thunder.
I go thunder. I like this one. Good sound.
Bitches ATM, strip club Canadian. You can pay me then, she on me.
Good rich sound on this one.
She wanted it in the truck. Okay, I'm finna fuck. Okay, she had enough. Okay, she had enough. She doing the introduction. She wide open. She put it on her tongue. She said she's on the run. Okay, I'm on the hunt.
She says she's on the run.
Shawty, out in H-Town, it's a hell of a vibe. I was way too geek. I can't come outside. Shawty like it's so late. Let's go beat rock, ice down, G-shot, with a rip sheet rock, just stand under.
Yeah, it is. This is cool.
Get on my teapot, shawty want the drip drop, bitch, I come with thunder.
It's funny with the videos that I do, the music that I listen to for the channel. I sit down, I got the lyrics open, all that stuff. But when I listen to new stuff on my own, I never do that. And it's funny because Heroes and Villains, the 2 Don Toliver tracks, or the songs that he's featured on, are my favorite off that album. And what I've come to find out with Don Toliver, as much as I love lyrics, and as important as they are to me, and I think as important as they are to just songs, man, like having great lyrics takes a song to a whole nother level. But it's not the end all be all. I was listening to the Navy Blue album the other day, The Sword and the Soaring. Great fucking album. Beautiful album. God. And lyrically, it's a lot to chew on. It's really hard to figure out sometimes too, the way he writes. And so sometimes lyrics can detract, but God, with Don Toliver, there often people say, Bob, just chill and listen to the music, man. That is exactly what happens with me when I listen to Don Toliver. Mr. Don Toliver. I just fucking chill out and listen to the music. And so really, that's kind of what's going on. I mean, the lyrics are straightforward, of course, but I just don't fucking care what he says. Like, and as I'm listening to this, as we're going through this album, and I'm thinking about the energy of the songs, and like right now with ATM, I'm like, oh, you know what? This does make sense after Tiramisu, and it's almost like the hindsight, looking back at the tracks as we go through them, rather than trying to anticipate. Obviously, as you hear it, it just makes more sense what he's doing, the decisions that he's making with the energy and stuff. But with his voice and his vocals and with his lyrics, and I don't really care what he's saying, it doesn't really matter what he's saying, his voice is almost part of this dance of what he's making with the music. He's got the production going on, and his voice is going on. And he does such a good job of kind of complementing the production, and the production complementing him. And it's just this great, as I talk about a wonderful audio experience, I accidentally bumped the microphone. Oh, that's a party foul. That's a 50 DKP minus right there. That's what that is. And if you know what that is, you're probably old like me. Anyway, it's just fucking cool. It's very cool. Loving it so far.
ATM in the rock stadium. Bitches stadium, strip club Canadian. You can pay me then. She Armenian.
Yeah.
Range Rover bus.
Just fun little things to listen to.
Okay, I'm finna fuck. Okay, she had enough.
I like ATM. I hate that sucker shit. Okay. Next one's quick. It's only a minute and a half about. Yeah, I'm liking ATM. It's fun. This is fun. I'm really just enjoying this little ride in it because it's not an emotional ride and it's not a lyrical ride. It is a sound ride. That's it. Just these little kind of ebbs and flows of energy and vibe, and we're up a little bit and we chill out a little bit and we come in a little bit more tempo. We kind of slow it down. Just a cool little ride so far. So this is going to be track 7. Long Way to Calabasas. We got Atrulia. I fucked that up. Fendi, Frankie on the guitar, Prod by Jux, and Synthetic are producing. Lots of different producers on this album so far. Lots of different producers. Derek, what was it? 206 Derek 206. He's been there a bulk of times, but I think all these names are new so far for this album. Here's 7, Long Way to Calabasas. Makes me think of Extentation. Chilling out a little bit again. This vocal range right here that Don Toliver has. This part, I love how he sounds. You know what's great? The way it ends right there. Woo. Now, did he have that on the first chorus? Oh, no. It wasn't there at all. Oh, he did say it there. Okay. Looking in the mirror. So let's go over these lyrics a little bit. We'll actually talk about lyrics here because there's not a whole lot. I feel like how you broke my heart in pieces. I'm really chasing passion. I guess it's you that I really did care for. Hard to get you out of my head. You don't really care what I say, do you? I guess I'll take the long way to Calabasas. This line is interesting. I don't really know exactly what it means. Swings from the wind when you walk past. Walk past me, you walk past. I found drugs, found peace, found happiness. Looking in a mirror, is it happiness? I done fell in love. I ain't having this. And what's great is at the end, when the lyrics repeat again, and at the end, it just kind of goes whoop. Almost like he snaps out of it. So now it makes me very interested to see what Rosary's going to sound like. Although I'll be surprised if there's any kind of lyrical tie-in at all. But that was just a cool song. Something else that has been done well so far on this album is, I feel like every song is as long as it needs to be. I haven't felt like, oh, I wish that song went longer. And I haven't felt like, oh, this is dragging on a little bit too much. Secondhand so far has been the longest one. I think it is the longest off the album. I think I said that already. And I really liked the length of Secondhand. I really enjoyed just being in that song a little bit longer with all those little tempos and sounds and things like that were happening. Yeah, so let's go to 8. It's called Rosary. It's featuring Travis Scott, Sean Momberger, that name is familiar, and Wheezy are producing. Here is 8, Rosary.
You got me in here fantasizing. I'm trying to see that panty line. Trying to see something. I wonder how it feels inside. I wonder how it feels inside. Yeah. I ain't got no hoes with me. My girl on me like a rosary. She bend it over and pose for me. I swear this what it's supposed to be. Don't sweat it. She just get me right tonight. She can be my medic.
Good vibe on this one too, man. Just that little guitar, very light guitar, not necessarily strum, but chord progress, I guess.
But tonight she not opposed to me. I swear this how it's supposed to be. You're passing that big mo to me. I lean to you, a photo me. Split A if I'm trying to see the world all shrooms.
I like this.
Just to get the scoop of doing your best. She look at me like Scotty, man, that ass on my chest. 44, 5, see the way they said I need to test. Hate it most when you be out, I swear it's cool when you do less. Don't sweat it. She get me right tonight, she can be my medic.
I like how it kind of wound down from the production there and then kicked back in. I like Travis, how he's kind of like rapping, kind of almost like a singing flow through his verse. I know I interrupted, I apologize, but it's going so well with just the overall vibe of the song. This is just kind of really mellow, really chill, great sound, not rushing through the verses, not spitting too hard, just fucking kind of sing flowing through.
You think we envy all you do? Get this far. I took the octane out the whip and had to push the car. Headed straight to.
Yeah. She been it over post.
Yeah, that's a good one too. I'm cool with Rosary.
Yeah. She been it over post.
Yeah, it's a cool song. Cool song, man. And it dumps right into all the signs. That's something this album's doing well too. Not every song just drops right to the next one, but most of them have. So, I'm surprised, again, kind of surprised because it's called Octane and it's full, all caps and all that shit. And so I figured we'd kind of be more in the body lane. But I think overall, so far, it's been a little bit more in the chilled lane, which I guess that makes sense in terms of Mr. Don Toliver and his style of music. What was it? Tore Up? That was a good one off of Hearthstone Psycho. Tore Up. Cool, man. Very cool. Very cool. Again, not really focusing too much on the lyrics. Travis Scott sounded really good. He sounded good on his verse. Just vocally sounded really good. Split an eighth, trying to see the world off shrooms and dancing just to get the scoop of doing your best. Just look at me like Scotty, man, that S on my chest. It's a good little play off of what Don Toliver said on his verse with the S on his chest. Superman. Yeah, good shit. Let's go to 9. It's called All the Signs. It's featuring Tizo Touchdown, 206 Derek. I'll say Charlie. I'll say that's probably wrong. That's probably Just Who's here. Sir Dylan and Tommy Parker are producing. Here is 9. All of the Signs. Neat little.
Oh, you been mad at me. I ain't tripping, girl. It's all love. I'll let you throw that ass up and down. Come on, girl, I know I wanna see you naked. Yeah, you know, I just can't take it no more. Let your panties hit the floor, put your hands
Good
up
rich sound again.
It seems like you're ready. Come on, girl, you know I just can't take it no more. Guilty.
Oh, interesting. I was wondering if it was going to drop or not.
Guilty, I knew that pussy was on mine.
Nah, we fight, we fuss, we fight. You cuss, I cuss, we fuck my lies. You really bust my lies. But what's some likes, I like to think that we better than that. But I know you like that makeup safe, don't not get you better than that. When I raise my voice, you more when I make up boy. You first time when you come home, slamming them doors, packing up clothes. It's 'cause you need some me, and I got you. I'm your lover, I'm your homie, I'm your twin, I'm your partner, not your problem. We break up, then
No, wow.
then hang out, then hang.
I'm really curious to see what the next song sounds like, because if the next song is kind of mellow, I like what Tizo did in terms of what he was doing vocally, what he was doing through his verse. But if the next song is mellow, it's an odd, like, big bump up on energy for just a verse in the middle of a song that's kind of mellow, and the previous song was kind of mellow, and if the next one's kind of mellow, it'll just make the verse kind of stand out in an odd way. It's not necessarily a bad verse, but again, I obsess over this kind of thing, this whole like energy through an album, and it'll just be this weird spike out of nowhere that just immediately goes away and isn't followed up by anything. If the next song is mellow, or like if this song doesn't pick up, when this early in this song, I was thinking, oh, maybe we're gonna like drop into the beat, but instead they like pulled way back on the production, which was surprising to me. Again, I'm thinking more Octane. That kind of a thing. Let's full throttle type of a thing. Don't have a problem with the song, but just again surprised in the direction that they're taking here musically. Bass. Very intellectual lyrics here. I wanted to let it run into 10 a little bit just to see. So now I will say, at this point in the album, so the next song is 10. It's called Callback. It's 2 minutes. So we've got a 2-minute song, less than 3, 2.5, 3.5, 2, 2.5. At this point in the album, especially one that's called Octane, and I mean, obviously, he makes what he wants, right? I'm not the one that decides what's going to be on the album. But if the rest of the album is just kind of this chilled out, kind of cool sound, but mostly chilled out vibe, I'm going to be a little disappointed, honestly. I am ready for some throttle to hit. I'm ready for some Octane. I feel like we've gotten some good hints at some Octane, but I feel like we have not cracked the engine all the way open to let it fucking blast, let it rip, let it go type of a thing. So I'm very curious now. We're on track 10. We are halfway through the album in terms of track listing anyway. I don't know about playtime. We're probably about halfway through. If we don't start like cracking off some bangers, I'm going to go, cool album. A couple songs that were like, but overall, like it was kind of just chilled out and whatever. You know? And I'm saying that not to like already judge the album before I've heard it, but more to like try and make a prediction of how I'm gonna feel, you know, depending on where we go from here at the halfway point. Because I'm ready for let's get some fucking bangers going, you know. And we've had some great songs, but I'm ready. I'm ready for energy. So here's 10. It's called Callback. Don Toliver, 206 Derek, Johan Sweet, Rourke Bailey, producing, dropping it at 10, 2-minute song, Callback. I like how he sounds here. But I want more tempo. I want more push.
Your face on fleek, your body on fleek. I'm loving that ass. I'm rubbing your feet. I bought a new truck. A
little bit of growl in that.
I paid all cash, the shit's not cheap. I'm a silly hoe. Let's not be. Well, I jump on the back. I guess we'll see. We're drinking all day, need 2 IVs. Got a bad little freak like black eyed.
I call back. Don Toliver sounds fantastic on this song. Vocally, I like everything he's done on this song. Yeah. I'm giving Callback a pass on my desire for more energy, because it just, again, like I was saying earlier, great audio experience, such good sound coming through, and especially Don Toliver himself sounded great vocally coming through. Really liked how he sounded on the verse, man. Very good on the verse. Bought a new truck, a Rubicon Jeep. I paid all cash. That shit's not cheap. I missed a little hoe. Let's not be. Well, I hit it from the back. I guess we'll see. Been drinking all day. Need 2 IVs. Got a bad little friend. Like Black Eyed Peas. I like Callback, but I do still want more energy. Uh-oh. Are the kitties free? Yeah. Hopefully Hippo will be calm. Hippo, the gray one, the gray and white one, that's kind of right there, I think. Is that Hippo right there? Oh yeah, right there. Hippo has been on one lately. I think Hippo is reaching his teenage years, where he's just running around the house, furious at all of us. You never let me do what I want. You just ruined my life. I hate you.
Yeah, he was at the hate you.
Yeah.
In the garage, and he looked at me like he was a tiger and he's gonna eat me.
Oh, kitty. You just want to do all the things you're not allowed to do all the time. Huh? Huh, kitty? Yeah. Yeah. Kitty. Huh? Give you little boopers? Boop. All the cat hair floating around.
I know,
It's just
so
ridiculous.
gross.
We got so much cat hair. I mean, we vacuum and stuff, but it's just...
All the time, so many times a day.
Okay, let's go to 11. We had a quick little kitty break right there. This one's called Tuition. Benny X, 206 Derek, Ghost, and Rio Leva are producing. I really hope before this album concludes, we need a couple more bangers. Now, also this, I want to say this, because I'm kind of harping on this a little bit. When this album concludes, let's just say for the sake of argument that the rest of the album is just kind of this chill vibe and great. Then when I go back and listen to it again, okay, I'll expect that, and I'll know that, and I'll know what kind of album this is. But coming into it, it's called Octane, full caps, bunch of songs. All of them are pretty short. I was hoping for some bangers, a couple more bangers. So still in that lane, still hoping for some bangers. If it's all just a bunch of cool, chilled out vibe shit that sounds great, that also works. But right now, I'm still just like, come on, Mr. Don Toliver, please, give me some bangers. Bangers for Bob. Bangers for Bob. So here's 11, Tuition, dropping it. I know this was not a banger. We kind of heard it at the end of 10, but I'm really hoping for some bangers.
strip club, got a ones up with a head tied to the back. In the strip club, kinda fucked up. You be sipping on dirty, You leave the strip club with your best friend, tryna make college tuition at the West End. I like that bitch, she on all that type of shit. Shawty in here tryna get rich.
Don Toliver again, sounding amazing.
Got a black eye like that bitch. A nigga too tall, in the strip club, got a ones up with a head tie.
I'm not really into this one. I'm not really into this one.
Kinda fucked up. You been sipping on dirty,
I feel like, I mean, we're only a minute in, so I feel like I'm being pretty judgmental. But what I'm feeling right now, just listening to it, both in terms of sound, we're really chilled out. It's not really not really doing a whole lot. Maybe it picks up. That would be nice if it did. It's not really doing a whole lot of sound. It sounds good. The quality is good, but it's not really as interesting as other songs have been. And then lyrically, I'm like, I feel like we've already heard these lyrics in this album. so it feels like we're just kind of repeating shit we've already said. So really, tuition isn't really hitting with me right now. Yeah, I'm not really terribly interested in this one.
Still watching out for Winslows. Ain't fuck around with the bimbo. Tryna make college tuition at the West End. I like that bitch, she on all that type of shit. Shawty in here tryna get rich. Damn little baby, I like that bitch. Got a black eye like that bitch. A nigga too tall. Bitch pulling up, get fixed. In the strip club, got a ones up with a head ties. How could you waste your time? In the strip club, dancing for hours.
Huh. Yeah, honestly, that's a pretty easy skip for me. Honestly, I just feel like there's nothing to listen to on that one, and it's a weird thing to say because there's nothing about the song that necessarily, it doesn't sound bad, but compared to some of these other songs that we've heard, like I immediately think of Secondhand, ATM. They're just the sonic experience, the audio experience was so much more interesting on some of these other songs that this one just feels like it. I don't want to say it wasn't finished, but like, yeah, there's just nothing really happening. There's nothing really happening. So tuition for me at first listen, that's a pretty easy skip. And again, it's not because I don't like it. I just feel like there's nothing to hear. There's no reason to listen to it. Well, there you go. There you go. Let's go to 12. It's called K9. It's featuring Sababi, 206 Derek Reliva, and Vendor are producing. Here is 12 K9. 2.5 minutes.
This shit get raw, don't fuck with the law. I call my little baby when I'm lit. Don't care about the cops, I'm fucking the jobs, I'm fucking the ends. See, I need it all, we'll go to the mall, just call your boss, yeah. Don't tell me you love, don't tell me you love, don't tell me you love me. Yeah. I'm still at the top, I feel like a dog, I'm barking the shirt. She fucking it up, sucking it up, bobbing and shit.
I think you could be my little baby. 200 to make her go crazy. She ratchet little baby, her plank. Her squid, I give her the ain't. Lifestyle, she love it, she spoiled. I might give her a son and a daughter. I'ma scramble them eggs, no ball. Shawty living, she'll know the word boy. She don't know the word boy. Auntie go bay in the water with a motherfucking horse. You know I ain't true. Online stores, you show me, I tell you of course. That guys, I bust out the place. Bank account got a whole damn course. We ain't doing no rap capping. Straight face, I can show you the sauce. She eat up the meat, get a whole bread, I call her whole boyhead. Got a lot on my mind, talking like literally none on my forehead. Got the top of the coupe with painted it red.
Oh my god.
Call that Mexican mafia, drove stuffed out in the seat of the phone.
I gotta say, I don't know, maybe I'm just getting a little too fucking cranky about the chilled out vibe, but I gotta say, Sababi's verse fucking kind of saved this song. especially after tuition, where I really wasn't like fucking hearing anything worth listening to, honestly. Like this one's chilled out again. Interesting production choice. Kind of reminds me of like some old school like Mum or what's the other ambient? Oh, there's another ambient artist I'm trying to think of. I can't remember the name. But anyway, the production reminds me of something like that. And so I was like, okay, you know, it's fine. It's fine. I really am just desperate for at least one or two more bangers. But Sababa comes in with his fucking verse and just like basically blows up the song, which is great. He gives it the fucking punch that I was wanting. And so Sababi's verse fucking saved. Like great flow through there. Fucking silly ass goddamn lyrics. Crazy lyrics, man. So carries the song. K9 gets carried by Sababi's verse, in my opinion. And again, it's not like this is bad. It's honestly, this sounds pretty good here. But we've had a lot of lower tempo happening lately in the last few songs. Yeah. And it's funny because I feel like if he would have just called it something else, just don't call it Octane. Right? Oh, man. Oh. Because I'm being very nitpicky. And my nitpickiness is based off of my preconceived expectations for the album, right? It's like, oh, cool. It's called Octane. It's a bunch of songs. They're all quick. So I was expecting a certain thing. And we've gotten some hints at that. But it's gone a different direction. And that's okay. That's okay. But it is fun to kind of highlight the listener experience as well. You know, because you see that a lot with the fucking online discussion about albums. And you know, if you're a big fan of a certain artist, maybe you're expecting a certain sound or a certain style. That's what you're hoping for, you know, or maybe the couple singles make you think the album's going to go this way. You know, listeners and fans and stuff, whether we want to or not, whether we try to or not, we always have an expectation. I mean, I say it all the time, right? I'm coming in, no idea what to expect. I'm coming in totally blind, right? And then I go, oh, wow, I didn't expect that. So even though I have no like active expectation, I'm still surprised when it doesn't sound like whatever it was I expected to hear. You know, it's always there. And something as simple as an album title can drive an expectation in a certain direction. Let's keep going. Let's see if Cranky Old Bob Man could just accept the fact that this album's a little bit more chilled out than I wanted it to be. This is 13. It's called Excavator. Benny X, 206 Derek, Johan Sweet, Mighty Jesus producing. Here is 13. Here we go. Yeah, it's kind of chilled out again too. Although, ooh, it's got a cool sound.
I'm the type to go and bring on me, take on vacation. I've been certified my whole life, come check my registration. Yeah, I'm drunk, but I ain't driving, yes, and I know my destination. I got a sticky hand, a drum in the back, but please don't estimate them. Man, this shit getting so damn heavy in the back, gotta pick it with an excavator. That damn money going way to the top, low, going up on the escalator. Shawty popping shoes in the back room, she gon' need her respirator. I would kick you out of my house right now, I call it a detonator. This fast, been crashing up show.
I like this one.
You know I gotta go.
I like this one.
My tolerance kinda running high, but I pop me
good,
some.
rich sound.
You can come off on that late, or you can meet me at the show. Honey, me playing, throw that in the grave. They want me in the cage, fill that bitch with haze. Y'all was waiting on. Yeah, I got the ring. This fast, been crashing.
Yeah, I like when he comes with that.
You ain't got a dollar amount, you know I gotta go. My tolerance kinda running high, but I pop me some more. You can come off on that late, or you can meet me at the show. I'm the type to go and bring on me, take on vacation. I've been certified my whole
I like this one.
life, come
Although
check my registration.
I I will say, something I said earlier, right? How it feels like all the songs are appropriate length. Kitty, don't go on the counter. Don't go on the counter, Kitty. All the songs are appropriate length. This is the first song off the album where I feel like it's kind of running a little long. I like how it sounds, but when we got into like the chorus again, and then anyway, first time, because we're 2 minutes in, there's still a minute and a half left, so I'm already kind of like cool with the song wrapping up a little bit, but it does look like he's got another verse. So let's keep going.
I would kick out my house right now. I call it a dead name.
There we go. I spoke too soon.
Before we jumped out the bed, she gave me leg head when you hate me up. Yeah, broke out the fire, the dice can't talk to me, that's how I break it up. Yeah, throw all the ones in the air, toe shotty come here, come break it up. Yeah, come put it in your face, little nigga, I'll make sure.
He sounds good here. I like the rasp that he put on his voice.
Got a brand new road truck in here, ride that bitch like a buccaneer. Shotty going up at the Belvedere. Oh my God, I can't see it clear.
Yeah, I like Excavator. And then it dumps into Gemstone. Yeah. Good. I'm glad I complained. at the 2-minute mark because it showed I was speaking too soon. I wasn't being patient enough. I apologize, Mr. Don Toliver, for not trusting you. I like Excavator. That's a good one. Love that he does a beat switch in there. Love that he throws some rasp on his voice, kind of doing something like that. I like that shit. Yeah, that's good. Good song. Love the front half too. Really enjoyed the front half, and I'm glad I said okay. I'm starting to get a little bored because what happened? About 20 seconds later, he flipped the beat on us. So that's what I was saying before. He knows what he's doing. And that's why, who the fuck am I to be a critic of the type of music that he makes? He knows what the fuck he's doing. He knows what he's doing. I like that one. Excavator's good. And it drops into Gemstone. And it sounded like Gemstone was going to crack off a little bit. So here is 14. I just might get my bangers yet. This one's a 2-minute track. We got 30 Rock, FNZ, Jasu, and Stephen Ponce are producing. Here's 14, Gemstone. Huh.
When I know the shit, why would I play when I know the shit stop? Tell the DJ go run that, tell the DJ go run that. I got too many issues and I bought me some more missiles. I'm sitting there by myself, dog. Ain't nobody give me no tissue. Why would I play when I know the shit? Why would I play when I know the shit stop? Tell the DJ go run that, tell the DJ go run that.
Yep.
I got the Gemstone, I got the she got the good shit, that shit really throw. Hit my little line when you ready to move. Hit my little line when you ready to. Why would I play when I know the shit? Why would I play when I know the shit slap? Tell the DJ gon' run it. Tell the DJ gon' run it.
I like that Don Toliver's ripping through it too.
Tell the DJ gon' run it. Tell the DJ gon' run it. Why would I play 400K? Roll off of Molly and brain dust. Yeah, I'm insane. Rolling my chip and the shotty just jump on a bang bus. Different way down in the sea. I done went drop my name. What is me talking about? No, I don't talk a lot. Let's just about that paper.
Yeah. Dude, and he blew through that in 90 seconds. He was cracking off on that one. Mr. Don Toliver, cracking off. Yeah, it does. All right. We're back in business, kids. We're back in business. maybe we're gonna punch out of it. Maybe we're gonna wrap up the album by just blowing the top off of the damn thing. Switching the lane, the Lamb Delirious. Pull on your block, this Fast and Furious. Why would I play when I know this shit slap? Tell the DJ, go run that. Fuck yeah, dude. That was good. I like Gemstone. A lot. That was a good one. Let's go to 15, which is 2.5 minutes. It's called Opposite. 206 Derek, Don Toliver, Jess Jackson, Rio Leve, and Skip on the Beat are producing. Gemstone dumps right into it. So, actually, I almost didn't back it up. So opposite just kicks right off, right on the back end of Gemstone. Here's 15.
Why you got something against me? Popping that XYZ. Cars outside on fleek. Look when she act like free. Show a little some of your teeth. Everybody just got low. Heard it's a whole lot of peace. Try to octane in the styrofoam.
Oh, wow.
Keep the number at it's a two-tone. No talking G6, she wanna eat shit. She driving V6, I'm out in Venus. Baby sexy, she wanna. Out in Tijuana, I'm on. Why would I buy not here instead? Right down the block in the corner said 200,000 is on my head. I'll still get money when I'm gone and dead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Dropping it, try to keep popping it, Southside chopping it. I got the plug, I'm making deposits since you doing opposite. She keep on dropping it, try to keep popping it, try to she a geeker.
Yeah.
Keep the number at it's a two-tone. No talking G6, she wanna eat shit. She driving V6, I'm out in Venus.
Yo. Cool sounds of this one.
She wanna out in Tijuana, I'm on. Why would I buy not here instead? Right down the block in the corner said 200,000 is on my head. I'll still get money when I'm gone and dead.
Huh.
Try to keep dropping it, try to keep popping it, Southside chopping it.
Yeah, this is cool too, man. This is cool too.
You doing opposite. Why would I buy not here instead? Right down the block in the corner said.
What is conic stick?
On my head. I'll still get money when I'm gone and
A
dead.
luxury Swedish car. Huh. Oh, it dumps. Dumps right down to TMU. I like opposite. Lower tempo, but I like opposite. Just good, rich sound. Interesting to listen to. I like how there's just all these little sound effects everywhere. Drop the octane in the styrofoam. Keep the 9 Beretta. It's a two-tone. Out in Tijuana, I'm going to tell the truth. What's this about? Tijuana is a city in western Mexico located border. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yeah. Okay. I guess there are people who don't know what or where Tijuana is, so sure. But 3 songs left. 3 songs left. Will there be any more bangers? I'm kind of thinking no. I'm thinking Body is going to be probably like the loudest song on the album, which again is fine, but I thought we were going to have some bangers just because of the title and all that stuff. As I've said before, I'll stop whining about it. I promise. I'll try to stop whining about it. But as we go through, when I go back and listen again, knowing it's going to be a little bit more chilled out, it makes me. I was thinking earlier, I didn't say this, but I was thinking a couple songs earlier. I was like, it's be a great song to listen to at night. The lights down low, some just real dim lighting. You had a couple drinks, you turn it up a bit, you let it, get it loud so that you can feel the production kind of rumbling through your body a bit. I think then it would really click rather than, it's kind of like it's 9:30 in the morning and all that kind of shit, right? Daylight, just kind of hanging out, sober, unfortunately, right? I think this album at night, you've got something in you, whatever it is, whether you're smoking, whether you're drinking, whatever it is that you're doing, got the sound up, good quality sound system, laid back, chilled out, don't have to fucking go nowhere. Maybe you're playing a game or something like that and just letting the production just kind of flow over you. I think that's where this album would really shine, that kind of setting. But all that said, we've got 3 more to go through. This is track 16. It's called TMU. The producers are Synthetic, Shark Boy, Rio Leva, FNZ, and 206 Derek, who's been on this album a lot, very much involved. Here is 16, TMU.
Oh, it's a young, waiting for the phone while lovers, they pass the dues.
They pass the two.
Oh, it's a young,
To tell the truth, I'd rather be with you. I'd rather pick it up. I'd to school. Don't matter where you are, no matter what you do.
Chilled out again.
Tell the truth, I'd rather be with you. I'd rather pick it up, I'd rather call to school. Don't matter where you are, don't matter what you do. Just turn me up, 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 just turn me up.
He's like his own little instrument here. Good sound through here. Good rich sound.
Tell the truth, I'd rather be with you. I'd rather pick it up, I'd rather call to school. Just turn me up, just turn me up, just turn me up.
Curious to see how I feel about this at a long stretch. Some drums in the background. And it drops in the pleasure's mine. I like Turn Me Up. I didn't put a heart next to it. I'm very torn. I'm very torn. It's a lot of chilled out. A lot of chilled out. Which is, I keep saying it's fine. It's fine. Fine. Have you guys noticed, of those of you who are watching, all the way through or just listening all the way through, have you noticed how, remember at the beginning I was talking about the different energy of songs and how, I like to pay attention to see how the energy goes up or down. Notice how I've just fucking given up on talking about that because it's like, yeah, we're all just kind of in this lower chilled out lane basically for the rest of the album. Excavator, Gemstone, they hit pretty good. And again, I am torn because on one hand, Turn Me Up sounds great. Again, great audio, great sounds, fun to listen to. But at this point in the album, for me personally, I'm kind of like, well, okay, I guess it's all just this slower tempo, chilled out vibe type of stuff, which is fine. I don't know. Maybe I'm just in a metal mood today, and I want something to thrash around to a little bit more. Okay, let's keep going. This one's called Pleasure's Mine. 206 Derek, Ben 10K, and Jasu are producing. Turn Me Up kind of dumped right into it. I did back up to the beginning here. So here's 17, Pleasure's Mine.
Pleasure's mine. Yeah, I'm falling into it. Pleasure's mine. And you know it already.
Pleasure's mine. Read between the lines. No one told you lies. Way too many times. The pleasure's mine. Read between the lines. I know I told you lies.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Baby, drink by the bar. I know you going crazy. Two-tone Mercedes. Yeah. Don't make me
Wow.
okay, I got my blick up. This bitch gon' do some sit-ups. Stepping on these niggas, I might never pick my feet up. No Gucci on the sheet up. I remember when we got hit up.
Oh, wow, man. Cool beat on this one. Very cool production. Unique. Different.
Two-tone Mercedes. Yeah.
this was fun. This was it's making little turns constantly. Yeah, this was neat, man. There's all kinds of just little miniature beat changes and shit happening. Yeah, I like that one. I like that one. Pretty good. You know, I will say this too, with all the complaining I've made about, right, like, oh, I wish there was more bangers and it's all kind of just chilled out. I will say, and maybe I should say this for the end, but it just kind of popped in my head now, is every song does feel like it's been very well like crafted, carefully crafted. I feel like there's been a couple songs. When was I thinking of it? Maybe it might have been Turn Me Up, where I just felt like, okay, even though I maybe I wish there was a little bit more energy or whatever, you know, whatever. I feel like Mr. Don Toliver. I feel like you can just hear the care, the concern, the effort put into the production. And I know there's a whole team working on this shit. It's not just him, but none of this sounds sloppy. None of this sounds lazy. None of this sounds just kind of like thrown together. It all feels just very precise, meticulous. So, in terms of the crafting of the songs, I feel like it's all been at a very high level. Let's go to the final track. It is called Sweet Home. The producers are Johan Sweet, Sir Dylan, 206 Derek, and Mike Dean showing up on the final track. Let's see how we conclude Octane, track 18. Here we go. It already sounds like a kind of roll the credits.
We've been drinking out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow. She done jumped in my Maserati, got naked in the grotto. Since we home California all so long. Since we home Houston, Texas all summer. We've been drinking out the bottle.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is already a good one.
Shit turns us, whips by the dozen, hoes act like mutts. Talking about what it wasn't. I guess unless you trust it.
Now I kind of wish it would be changing up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Just waiting for that to come in.
Shopping with your new best friend. I'll be right here to call when the whole world is. I'm needing more time for my relationship. I'm needing more time for our relationship.
I'm enjoying the song, but I do wish that the production would have broken away from this din 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 a little bit more. I wish it would have gotten broken up, because at this point I feel like I've kind of heard that so consistently that it's almost like just like a background sound. And again, not that that's necessarily bad. I don't really have a problem with it, but this album has done so well at creating all of these interesting things to listen to. And so my ears have just been spoiled for the last 90 minutes, essentially, of, oh, what's this sound? And what's that sound? And what's this sound? And so this just kind of fairly basic, pretty repetitive keyboard. Dun, 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 dun. After a while, I'm like, well, are we going to do anything else with the production? I think really I've been spoiled up to this point, because they've done such a good job of putting little wrinkles and twists and turns in the sound. And so this one I go, oh, we don't get that.
If you go bump and cry in my two-seater, jamming out Aretha, yes, I got the ether, feeling like a fever. I was nice to meet ya. I can be a teacher, I can be a preacher. Tell me what I teach her, tell me what I teach her. Bottle, not thinking about about tomorrow. She done jumped in Maserati. Got naked in the grotto. Sweet home California all summer long. Said sweet home Houston, Texas all summer long.
I don't know about how I feel about that one. Initially, I liked it, but about halfway through, I was kind of like, kind of over it. Well, first listen, I will say I would not have called this album Octane if it were me. And it's tough because like I don't want to. I'm all hung up on the title of the album, and it's a new release, and so I have no idea what to expect. But okay, this is what it's being called. So yeah, I'm expecting some Octane. And this album doesn't really have a lot of Octane. Now, that's not a bad thing. That's not a problem. That doesn't mean that the album is bad. I think overall the album's really good. But I would have called it something else. I don't know, like Ride Low or something like. I don't know. So it's something, I don't know what you would call it. But Not Octane. When someone says, I'm going to call my album Octane, to me, they're telling me, I'm thinking I'm peeling out and I'm hitting the turns at 90 miles an hour and flames coming out the exhaust and the engines roar. That's what I think of when I think of Octane. I think of horsepower and cars and fucking rev limiters and doing donuts until you're on the rim and all that kind of shit, right? This album isn't that. Now, this album, what it is pretty fucking good. Honestly, the only song I have no interest in listening to is Tuition. You could take that one off the album right now, and I would never miss it. Because Tuition, it just doesn't do really much of anything when the rest of the songs are doing so much, so well. It's very fun to listen to in terms of like an audio experience, especially if you've got good headphones. Or just a good sound system, man. If you got good bass, good speaker, like if you got a good sound system, this album sounds great. It sounds great. It's very fun to listen to. Don Toliver, Mr. Don Toliver. I really enjoy the music that he makes, but I feel like people. I for one obviously have just been saying it all morning, right? I feel like people who are going to listen to this going, oh man, Octane, oh wow, 18 songs, all caps, Octane, a bunch of short songs. I feel like people are going to be a little disappointed at first because they're going to come in with this expectation. I certainly did come in with an expectation of more. I was expecting, especially with track 2 being Body and the way the song sounds like, oh shit, we're going to get some bangers, y'all, for sure. And then second, it kind of chills out on Rendezvous. Secondhand, cool. And then it really just chills out. It chills out until Excavator. That's about 8 fucking songs, 9 songs of just chilled out. And again, that's not a problem. It's not bad, but I wouldn't have called it Octane. That's my only complaint about the album is just it is not appropriately named. Yeah. There you go. Now, what are the positives? Pretty much everything else. Great production, great vocals. Don Toliver, I like how he uses his voice. He really moves around the range of his voice. He does a good job of singing sometimes, of spitting a little bit sometimes, cracking off the oohs, and just I feel like he has a lot of fun with his voice. And I feel like I don't know where he exists in like the producer lane versus, rapper singer lane in terms of how much work, is he mostly a producer and then sometimes, or is he mostly a rapper singer and then sometimes produces? But I feel like he does a lot of both. And so I think the artists who do that, who both produce and do the vocals, I feel like they just have a little bit more of a knack of using their voice with the music. And it makes perfect sense to me because if you're doing the production and you're going to do the vocals, you're thinking about both at the same time, and so you can kind of cater. Okay, I want on this part, I want to sing like this or rap like this, so then I'm going to have the production do that. Or on this part, I want the beat to do this cool little twist, so then to accentuate it, I'll have my voice do that. Yeah, it feels like they can, the artists who do both, it feels like they can do that really well, very consistently. And Don Toliver does that. He does that. Favorite tracks, Body, Secondhand, Call Back, although I don't remember how it sounds right now. Call Back was cool. Excavator, Gemstone. Excavator was cool. K9. So Bobby or Baby Bobby, however you say his name, Babby, I'll say that. His fucking verse just blew that whole song up. Overall, I enjoy the album. Just don't call it Octane. It's not Octane. Call it call it Gin and, no, you can't call it Gin and Juice. That's already an album, or that's a song, I think. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, like the low grade unleaded. But see, I don't want to say that either, because then it makes it sound like, oh, they're not good songs, and that's not the issue. The songs are good, they're just not high energy, and that's okay. That's okay. You know, it's like there's some great Tool songs out there that are kind of chill, but it ain't fucking, you know, what you think of when you think of Tool, right? Like when we think of when
Is there a low octane?
Yeah, there's low octane. So the three different grades of fuel it's the octane levels. And I forget exactly what it is that octane does, but I think it has something to do with the amount of like combustion that you get from the fuel. Okay. So like with the dirt bikes, I always get the higher octane. You just get more pop. You get more pop out of the engine. Yeah, I always put the high octane in my car, so it goes a little bit more vroom vroom. And there's different cars that have different. I don't know. I don't know all the details, but yeah.
So maybe.
This is also. I like how we're starting to just get normal Q&A conversation portions and the reactions now with the audience that I have. My live audience. I have a live audience these days.
So maybe, since he didn't specify if it was low or high octane.
We did not specify the amount of octane.
So maybe he was just saying this is fuel for life.
Fuel for
the higher moments, the more energetic
maybe
moments, and so
but octane,
I think you may have assumed too much.
But octane is written in all caps.
Some people can't control their caps.
We can't control our cats.
Maybe he just fucked up and
didn't realize caps lock was on. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna call it octane.
Some people,
oh fuck, caps lock.
Right. Some people just talk in all caps and they just really need to not.
It's a cool album. I enjoy it, but I'm looking forward to listening to it, knowing it's chilled out. I mean, really, I could put this on at night, like when we're on the couch, I'm chilling, playing a little bit of Warcraft or something. It's just chilled. It's chilled out. It is a chilled out album. It's a cool album. It's got a couple moments where it picks up, but for the most part, great audio experience, super fun to listen to, interesting to listen to, engaging to listen to.
Okay, so this is just Fuel for Life. Oops, I forgot caps lock.
It's fuel. I forgot it was caps lock. I didn't mean to. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. Cool album. Don Toliver, he is good at what he does. He's very good at what he does, for sure. But if you come into this album expecting a bunch of bangers, you're gonna be disappointed. Yeah, kitty. You're gonna be disappointed. Were you hoping for bangers too, Hippo?
He was looking at the counter again.
Oh, Hippo. Desperate for attention. Huh? Yeah. All right, y'all. Take care. We'll see you soon.